Just on Lukaku as well, though. It is a talking point we've got to talk about. He's out of the squad at the moment. He's not being involved. But you play in Luton tomorrow. It's live on talkSPORT. He still ain't really got a striker.
Jackson's the only one we've got. Broja's injured, but coming back. He won't be fit for another 6-7 weeks. Probably.
Would you bring Lukaku back into the fold?
Ideally, no.
What do you mean, ideally?
Well, ideally, you'd move him on. He doesn't want to be there. He's fallen out with the club. The club don't want him there. He doesn't want to be there.
But don't you think it's stupid that you've got an asset there at the football club who is an exceptional player? You've seen that, you know?
Well, yes, all of that is true. But so what I've said is true as well. He doesn't want to be there. He openly pretty much said he wanted to leave the club when he done the interview in the November before when Tuchel was still manager, and he burnt bridges. But look, you and I have been in football long enough, mate. It doesn't matter about that. If you can still get that player back on side, and he's earning a huge amount of money, he's still a Chelsea player. If the transfer window shuts and he's still there, you've got to sit around the table. You've got, for the benefit of everyone, for him, there's Euros next year. For the benefit of the club, Pochettino, you've got to try and get him fit to get him back. That's what you've got to do. That's he's on a huge salary. You can't just have someone sitting in the stands. You can't do that. He doesn't want that. The club don't want that. No one wants it. And the thing is going to be is whether the fans, that's going to be the tough one because he's been an absolute, hasn't he? He's been I can't use the words I want to use. But he
hasn't been great.
No, he's happy to sign the contract, £90 million, made him Chelsea's one of the biggest, and then 3 months later he does an interview. It's like, you piece of work. But anyway, football is that there's no morals, there's no loyalty in football. You pay for loyalty, and Chelsea pay him a huge amount. If that's the case, sit round a table and try and iron it out.
All right, well, Chelsea fans, you can have your say. What would you do with Lukaku? Would you bring him back into the fold? Let's go to Oscar. He's a Chelsea fan. Oscar.
All right, Oscar.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, Oscar.
How are you, matey?
Yeah, I'm all right. Well, listen, firstly, this book that Jason's bought.
Yes.
Right. Red Line of Sales. So I looked it up online thinking this can't be true. Jace, you've got a good deal. It's $13.99 to buy it online.
Oh, there you go. Cash is king.
£4.
Cash is king.
Because I was thinking Matthias. That doesn't sound like a
Matthias. Yeah.
I was thinking Jace has been mugged off here, but no, fair play. And there's a photo of the guy, and it looks like quite a good book, Jace.
Well,
so you'll have to get someone to read it to you.
At bedtime, I'll get the lucky Mrs. C. But look, it's he's getting a big up here, and we will see. And it's like I said, he wasn't.
Why did you say £4? It's a coffee.
I've saved £4. There you go. So everyone wins at the minute.
Lukaku, I can't agree with you, Jace. Not on that.
Go on.
He's had 2 goes. None of them have worked out. I think the Prem's quite a fast-paced league, and I don't think if you're not motivated. Like how many players do you see, like Ross Barkley, people like that, who they haven't got the motivation to be the best player they can be? And I think Lukaku's one of those. He doesn't want to be at Chelsea. So we bring him back, and he's like, well, yeah, I suppose this will do. But if you're not 100% at it, you get found out.
You're right. But what happens though when the transfer window shuts and that marriage, the divorce papers haven't come through in time, and you've still got to live together. So Lukaku's going up and down to the kitchen, right? He's got Bowley there. He's got Pochettino. He's got all these things, and he's trying to get some milk out the fridge. And it's like, what milk are you using? So you got to get on. He wants to go and fry some chicken in the.
You're still sleeping in separate beds. You still don't want to talk to each other. You still don't want to be around each other. Right. And we've got a lot of young players in at Chelsea, right? So when you've got young players in, they need someone who's going to set them an example. That guy ain't setting anyone an example. Like, he's going to be sulking around. He won't want to get subbed. And I think as well, like fitness is such a huge part of it. He hasn't looked fit. To me,
getting fit
for the last.
Yeah, but then getting fit. That's your job as a football club to get the player fit.
He's paid to be fit.
I know he's got to have his own motivation, but come on, you got to get him fit. You paid £90 million for him. You're paying him what? 200 grand a week.
Oh, more than that.
300 grand a week.
What? All right, but let's say apparently I thought Roma were flying over to sign him. Would you not just send him off to? He likes Italy.
If we can get rid of him, perfect. But if this conversation is taking place for the benefit of the window shut, he's still there. You've got Bowley, you've got Pochettino, and you've got Lukaku all living in the same 3-bed flat. You've got to get on.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're going to be like if you. All right, let's look at another way. Let's say they've got a business together, the three of them. Right? He's not going to pull his weight. He's just not. He just doesn't. He doesn't want to be there. So if you don't want to be there,
so what did you do then in the business? What did you do? Did you cut him out? How'd you deal with that? If he's part of your business, you can't just dump him.
Come on, Jay. Someone wants him.
No, but the window's shut.
Well, it isn't shut yet.
No, what I'm saying, for the sake of this conversation, the window's shut.
All right, but if I'm Poch and Todd Bowley, I'm looking at it going, right, this guy has to go.
But the window's shut now. The window's shut. Oh. So you can't.
All right.
Okay, the window's shut. They all live in a 3-bed. Lukaku's coming in at 4 a.m, right? And Bowley's sitting there going, "What are you doing? You been out all night? Who you been? Who you been? What's up to?"
None of your business.
Oscar, I appreciate you phoning in.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.